Welcome to the Industry Insider, brought to you by PromoCorner. Each week, promotional product professionals Meg Erber, Jeff Franklin, and Stephen McFadden, along with special guests, will discuss industry news, trends, and events with a focus on educating the promotional products industry. The Industry Insider, the nerdy news you need to know.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is our 200th episode of the Industry Insider. I am Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Headwear USA. Super excited today. But look, this is the podcast where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. And this fine broadcast is brought to you by our good friends over at PromoCorner. Look, today's broadcast is brought to you by PromoCorner, which provide digital marketing solutions for suppliers and distributors. Their services include email broadcasting, banner ads, sponsorship opportunities, content, and more content, just like the content you're viewing right now. Blogs, vlogs, and podcasts, video services, and Promo Show, a platform for private virtual events. If you're in Las Vegas, stop by booth 5347 and say hello, or you can contact sales@promocorner.com to learn more about their services and tell them you found out about them from the Industry Insider podcast. Very excited today. Like I said, it's our 200th episode of Industry Insider, which is a pretty decent milestone, I'd say. But why don't we say hi to Meg Erber. Meg Erber, how are you doing today?
I am doing better than I was. I was, had the flu last week, but, got to see all the family for Christmas. Really excited that it's over, and back to the grind next week. But I don't know. I've been on vacation for the last week, and I think I'm going to actually start my vacation today. I'm ready.
After the podcast and then after that next meeting. Yeah, I feel you. I'm also on vacation this week, but don't feel like I've had a day to rest yet. So
I've not had a day to rest yet.
We'll see what happens over the next few. Stephen McFadden, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm a little perplexed. I've never been in this space on the screen before. I kind of feel lost, but I'm excited. This is going to be it's super cool. I was just thinking about this morning. I'm like, 200. I'm like, there's very few things. Oh man.
Yeah.
It feels so much better now. I don't know what it was. I didn't know what to say next. This is great. No, this is super cool. I'm excited to have done this with you guys for 200 episodes. I don't think I've kept up with anything 200 times. So this is great.
I don't think I've tied my shoes 200 times.
I definitely haven't this year. I'm still wearing slippers.
Yeah. All right. Well, like I said, it's a very special episode. Not only is this our New Year's sort of 2022 year in review episode, but it's also our 200th episode. So we've got a lot of special guests that are backstage right now that you guys can't even see. But we brought on Bill Petrie first and foremost because this show actually started with Bill Petrie, myself, and Stephen McFadden. And we wanted to sort of discuss, dissect, and debate all topics from three different sides of the industry, both the supplier, distributor, and business service aspect. But Bill, how do you feel about 200? The fact that this thing has gone on beyond yourself and has become what it is.
Yeah, I think it's great. I mean, when the three of us kicked it off, I think we intentionally said we were going to have what we call the fourth chair. And first of all, thank you for having me. It's an honor to be back. It's fun to watch you guys. You guys do such a great job. And so my little bit of legacy, I always feel pretty proud about when I see you guys. But when the three guys started the podcast, I think we always said we were going to keep this fourth chair open because we wanted the voice of a female. And the first person to volunteer was the lovely and talented Meg Erber. And she was so awesome and so effervescent and just so spectacular. We just said, she is now the fourth chair. We're not even going to do the round robin and everything. And then you guys fired me from my own podcast. So that's how I remember it anyway. I'm just kidding. No, you guys did such a great job. And I wanted to step away. I wanted you guys to have it. Not that it's like a gift I'm giving, but you don't need my loud voice all the time. And you guys do, like I said, truly a great job. 200 episodes. That's nothing to sneeze at. As somebody who podcasts a lot, I know the work that goes into it. So kudos to all three of you guys for doing what you guys do.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And we didn't get to announce it last week, so I'll just take this time to do it now. But we actually won a Pyramid Award for the podcast, and we did get it silver. So I want to congratulate everybody And everybody that you're going to see today was a big part of that success. So Bill, in 5 minutes or less, give us a recap on your entire year. You started off one way, and then literally the end of the year is crazy, upside down.
Yeah, so I've worn a lot of hats this year. So with Brandivate, company is now 2.5 years old, doing well. Obviously, we pivoted in the middle of the year, where my business partner, Kelsey Cunningham, who started Brandivate with me, really wanted to go back to the supplier side of the business. And so we worked very close together behind the scenes to make that happen. She's doing great at Ben Norris Marketing and Flourishing, but it meant that I had to pivot in terms of what Brandivate looks like. So made sure we had the right back office support. So we partnered with Vault Promotions, so they provide back office support. Also have hired a couple graphic designers and an executive administrator to kind of help make things run, so I can focus on client work, creative work, and new business. So, on the Brandivate side, things are going very, very well. I did also, told you, different hats. Started a new company with my friend Josh Robbins called Promocations. We launched that in July. And for those of you who don't know, what we're trying to do there is rethink industry networking events. We all go to these things. The best part of any industry networking event is the stuff that happens outside the events. It's the conversations in the hallways. It's the after hours cocktails. It's the dinners. And so we want to make events about that. And our first event is a promo cruise, which is sailing in late April of 2023. And as of this recording, we only have 2 spots left. So we're going to sell that out, which is pretty exciting for us. And we've got a lot of great things in store. Personally, I've been smoking a lot of barbecue. And learning how to do a lot of things like that, spending a lot of time with my kids doing that, teaching them how to do it. It's something they really both enjoy doing, cooking and things like that. And then while I'm, working on my barbecue, I do a lot of listening to Van Halen. My hi-hat doesn't fit real well. Do a little listening to Van Halen. The end of the year was a little strange. Last 2 weeks have been a lot of up and down emotionally for me. Had some family situations, but it's part of life. And so I think after this podcast, I'm probably going to head over to Whataburger and grab myself something to eat, and maybe even later on today, have myself a Lone Star, because it's been a hell of a week.
This is like the Carrot Top podcast. Just like all the props keep popping.
That is the worst thing anyone's ever called me. And not even Carrot Top. I'm not a prop comic, okay, Cha-Cha? No. Come on, that was well thought out and scripted. There's no props, it's just hats.
I love it.
For all of the audio listeners, Bill, every time he mentioned something else, was throwing on a different hat. So, of course, you're using the best promotional product in the industry to talk about each of these things, Bill. So I can certainly appreciate that.
No question. Look, I love Headwear. I love America. You can put the two together. I love Headwear and USA more than just about anything.
Yeah, and you also mentioned Kelsey Cunningham. I mean, I heard that now that she's with Ben Norris, she's got a great headwear line that she's repping down there with Ben.
I am a fan of all of the Ben Norris lines, quite frankly. I think when you're thinking of lines, the best lines are at Ben Norris Marketing. But that's just a personal opinion. So that's it. That's my year in review. So I want to thank you guys again for having me. Thank you for including me on this today. And really congratulations on all that you do. And here's to 200 more episodes for you guys.
Thanks, you very much, Bill. We appreciate you.
I look forward to grabbing a nice cold one with you in Vegas, sir.
I will have several.
I think I still have my Brandivate card where you owe me a drink.
Yeah, that's right. You got to find me with that Brandivate card. Get that free drinky.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right,
Bill.
All right, guys.
Happy
New Year.
Happy New Year.
All right. And next up, we've got special guests, Ellie and Rob. All right. I'm sure you guys remember these folks from our lovely logo JoJo and the whole coffee episode that we did. We did the what was it called, Rob? A pour over. There we go. Yep. That was awesome, by the way. So
Can I tell you that I have been obsessed with pour over coffee since then? That 3 of the Christmas presents that I received for Christmas were all related to coffee and pour over. My daughter got me like a whole pour over kit. My other daughter got me this little thing, and it has like their names, all their names printed on it. So big, you guys have been a big part of our new Christmas tradition.
Once you do it, you can't go back.
Yeah. Love me some coffee. It's my survival tool. So what's new, guys?
Anybody that's watching doesn't know. Rob's my son, owns Folly Coffee. He's got his name, Rob. All that it says right there is Rob.
It said, what do you want to be displayed as? I figured I would put my name.
I know.
That's a good place to start.
Well, I didn't think you put that you were my son or anything. But anybody watching,
Rob,
Ellie's son.
Yeah. Most of the time, my claim to fame
Ellie.
is Rob's mom. So.
No, on the coffee side of things, it's been a pretty wild year, right? So last winter was really, I think, the last time that COVID really had a big effect on kind of people's habits. But what happened out of the whole thing is people's home consumption changed dramatically. Like you said, you're doing pour over at home. We're noticing a really similar trend across the industry that more people during COVID really invested into the coffee home brewing setup. And so we've seen that kind of dramatically change our online business with Logo Jojo. The idea of gifts to be able to be coffee, to be able to bring home is something that's become more popular because of that. And so it's really been the first year in probably 2-3 years that I've been able to not have to have that panic-inducing thought in the back of my head of, do I have to emergency plan, and we can actually plan for growth and kind of lay out strategic plans to be able to grow. But maybe the most exciting thing that happened this year is that after 31 years of living is I was given an amazing gift by my mom for Christmas that I'm now, for the first time in my life, a proud owner of a Barbie. Theme is you can be anything, and it's a barista Barbie.
It is actually a Barbie doll.
I love it.
With the man bun?
With the man bun, with the coffee, the apron, even got the phone in the pocket. Very professional. So very excited about that.
And it comes in a Barbie doll box that says you can be whatever you want to be.
So, hope you kept it. It looks like a collector's.
Rob, the fact that you took it out of the box to play with it is so cute.
See, that's how I like to live life. Is I don't want to display this. It's got so many great features like coffee. And I live alone, so it does get lonely. So this is a nice thing to be able to have.
It's your welcome.
So it's funny you have that. So I have a Remy from Ratatouille, the little mouse that has a magnet on it. And so when I cook at home, I put it on my shoulder because the kids love it. I imagine you with the Barbie, by your brewing machines, you're talking to it as you're brewing, and it's
turned into a little bit of a Tom Hanks Wilson volleyball situation.
Yes.
Right?
But,
you might see him on social media. I'm just guessing.
Rob, I'll say your TikTok has really blown up. I am having so much fun watching you, and I just love it. Have you didn't you have something big recently? I feel like, were you on a news thing or a show or something?
Daddy.
So
Hi, Daddy.
Up to this point, Folly's been only a wholesale coffee roaster. So we're roasting, selling to partner with Logo Jojo, but cafes, restaurants, retailers. So for the first time, we actually opened our first brick and mortar storefront. We partnered with a local tea shop, and so did the whole PR push with all the local media. And it's awesome that after 5 years, there was enough excitement that was able to get on some morning news shows. Obviously, coffee and morning news usually works really nicely. And so that was really exciting to see people excited about Folly at finally having a customer-facing storefront, and that's been going really smoothly.
Yeah.
Now, how does that work hand in hand with Logo Jojo? Because I know obviously Folly Coffee is the source for the Logo Jojo, right?
Yeah.
Are you guys putting up, customize your own coffee kits and stuff like that in the store shop?
Well, I only sell through distributors, so I can't do that.
Fair.
That's very
answer.
true, but you can always use that as a nice lead to give to some of your favorite distributors as well.
Well, I guess we could do that.
But it's been exciting to see the excitement behind the whole higher end of coffee continue to grow. It's a trend that's been true for about 8 years now, especially in the Midwest. So it's exciting to continue to see that grow, even with the changing coffee consumption habits. And we're seeing more incoming requests come in on both the Logo Jojo side and the Folly side. And it's just something that people seem to be a bit more conscientious about not just do I want a coffee, but which coffee do I want?
Good coffee. Yeah.
And I know we're wrapping up. I was just curious, Ellie, how was it on the Logo Jojo side as well for the year?
Well, I will say that what's interesting in relation to what Rob was saying is I see fewer and fewer orders for ground coffee. So people are like hanging in there with the grinding it at home and knowing that it tastes better, smells better. The whole experience is better if you don't have pre-ground coffee. So I think that's something that I've noticed in the last couple of years. More and more people are doing the whole bean. And, we offer the Classic Joe and the SOB Espresso. And a lot of people for Christmas were doing gifts for people who appreciate espresso. So we did do a lot more of the whole bean espresso beans. So that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool.
Whole bean is definitely the way to go. And honestly, if you think about it, all those Starbucks goers that spend $5 a cup every day, I mean, literally.
7.
Okay, sorry, I haven't been in a while.
Jeff,
I ground my beans at home. Okay, so whatever it's up to now, if you just save that up for a month, you can buy yourself a nice conical burr grinder, and you can pour over, or you can do your French press, or whatever floats your boat. But definitely the way to go. So that's cool to see.
And I will be in Vegas. I'm not exhibiting, but I've got all kinds of meetings set up and all kinds of, there's cocktail parties every night of the week, I swear to God. So I'll be at all those. And so if there's anybody watching that wants to connect and have coffee, it probably won't be very good coffee, but we can get together in Vegas and reach out to me. And I can't wait for that. I know that it's so soon after the holidays, but Vegas always gets me energized to start the year and kind of get my feet back on the ground. So
yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
Awesome.
All right, guys. Well, thank you for jumping in with us.
Okay,
Thank
so I
you.
love to say goodbye to Barbie Barista.
Bye, Barbie Barista. Hi, Ellie.
Bye,
Rob.
Barbie.
Bye. Happy New
Thanks for
Year,
having
guys.
us, guys.
Vegas.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and next up, we've got our good guest, our good friend John Morris with Club Colors. Really
200?
Shout it out.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
200 episodes. Absolutely brilliant. Congratulations.
Thanks,
Thank you,
man.
John.
I
Thanks, man.
appreciate it. So it's been a minute since you've been on the podcast with us, but super excited to have you back. I know, the episode that we had you on, we talked about, just mental health and just all those good things and just, bringing back that energy, coming out of COVID. How do you feel like the podcast has affected you? I mean, obviously you got a nice setup there. You're doing your own thing, but what did you get from the podcast you did with us?
Well, first off, the questions that you ask are deeper than the industry, right? So it's always fantastic to look at branding as creating a feeling. And I think a podcast should do that as well. So I think that you do that really well as it relates to drawing out more than just a pitch from your guest about their product or service, right? To get to know that actual human, what their thought leadership, views, ideas, creative perspective is. It's fantastic. And you guys do a great job of it. It's really inspiring to watch.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. So I think you're not in Vegas. Like, what's that about, man?
We have a President's Club trip. We're going to Cabo, so we're excited that we've got like 10 new faces this year. We had another record year here at Club Colors. Awesome. And the sales team is growing. We had a couple folks in their first year qualify for President's Club, like right out of the gate, right out of college, fit into the Club Colors system and cleared $1 million in sales in their first year in sales. Can you imagine?
No, that's incredible. That's incredible. When they have a mentor like you, though, I mean, that's, I guess, anything's possible.
You're too kind.
But
no, that's Adam Stozinski and Jason Heiss. I'd love to say that it's me. It's Chris Tossi, Adam Stozinski, and Jason Heiss. They are leading the way. I'm just the mouthpiece, right? I'm telling the story.
So what's going on with in the club? In the club? Is that still
in the club? Powered by Club Colors. Yeah, I just recorded our final episode for 2022. I just got a list of guests from the sales team. I asked the sales team this year to play a part in creating a list of guests, the clients that they have, that we can have them come into the office, do a tour, sit in, do a roundtable type of show, and really put them on a pedestal to talk about, much like you do, to talk about their thought process as it relates to being a buyer and how they're trying to create initiative in their organization by utilization of promotional products and branded apparel. And that's the whole point, right? Nobody just buys branded apparel or promotional products for the sake of it. They're trying to achieve some business of the business initiative. So we're going to have we have a list of college buyers, whether it be in admissions or alumni or their marketing departments or whatever it might be, that are going to come on. And then we'll continue to bring on influencers and folks from the industry and CEOs and all those different things. It's been fantastic. I feel like I've grown up as a human being quite a bit from doing the podcast.
That's pretty incredible. I mean, you're basically just writing case studies for each industry for everybody. So thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, that's awesome. I don't know,
anything else you want to share with us about 2022? How did things go? Things good for you?
Yeah, 2022 was a really an amazing year as it relates to going from a career in sales for 20-something years to essentially shifting over to branding and marketing as it relates to a role. And I actually, on the day that I announced that I had been moved or promoted into the executive director of brand role, I got a couple people from marketing that sent me emails, and they were like, it's rare that we see somebody come from sales and come into branding and marketing and have success. So lean on me if you need anything, kind of a thing. And I was like, oh no, what does that mean? Like, they know something that I don't. Well, sure as heck, they were right, man. I got to tell you, it is a completely different thing. Sales, there's a lot of immediate gratification. I can have a conversation, follow up, transition, manipulate the pricing and all these different things to adhere to the client's needs and get it across the finish line. And in branding and marketing, it is a slow drip. There is no immediate gratification. And it's just like, from building a podcast, 200 episodes. The first episode, if you guys go back and look, you probably would not record another one, right? I mean, it's like, is there anyone out there listening? Hello, is this thing on?
Meg, you don't get the comment. Back. You weren't on the first one.
Okay.
Talk about how cringe we were. All right.
I know from looking at my first one. So that was a big process for me as I went back and I looked at, the beginning of the year episodes to the last 2 or 3. And in fact, our CEO commented like, wow, the podcast has grown. And I took that compliment. And normally I'm like, no, I took that one because it meant a lot. And it is a process. So I'm looking forward to 2023 of kind of getting rid of the fog of changing positions completely and really designing strategy that I'm fully present in.
Yeah. You're muted, Meg.
I know.
Good thing we got all the kinks worked out in episode 200.
Yeah, right.
I'll figure it out one of these days. No, but again, you've been quite the inspiration. I love following you on LinkedIn, and you just have that voice that, Bill Petrie ahead of time was like doing his podcast voice, and you have that same, you just want to get a hug from John Morris. So I'm disappointed we won't get to meet you in Vegas, but good luck for next year. Good luck in everything that you do, and thank you so much for taking your time out to be part of this recap and 200th episode. We appreciate it.
Likewise to all of you. I look forward to being on episode 300.
Sounds good, John.
Have fun in Cabo.
Cheers. Have fun in Vegas. I'll lose less money. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right, man. Take care. We'll see you next time.
Thanks, John.
And next up, we got our good friend Nick Lateur, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. I want to hug John Morris. I don't know. Like, I missed him. He left before I could give him a hug. That stinks. Hey guys.
Hey man.
How are you?
Oh man. Wow. I'm great. I'm like Meg said earlier. I'm in the holiday vibe mindset, but I can't get away from the desk, and been thinking about you guys a lot. That's for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We really appreciate you taking time away from family today. I know you're on vacation too, so thank you. We'll get you out of here in a few minutes, but we want to hear an update. We had you on a couple times this year, I think, but the first time, or the one that I remember, was the PPF for. That was so much fun. That was I think one of my favorite episodes this year. We had literally so much fun with that.
Yeah, no, the PPEF live concert series that we did 2 of this year, and something I think different and a little bit unique to the industry. There's a lot of show. You guys are great, of course, but there's a lot of just kind of like Zoom meeting type, podcast or vidcasts or whatever that go out. We had 3. We did 2 of the PPEF live concert series. The first one we had 3 amazingly talented musicians from within the industry playing songs. We raised well over $5,000 the first time for PPEF, which was fantastic. I mean, that's, in one day to raise that kind of money is pretty good. And I think people had a good time too. We followed up with a second one later in the year, this past November. Very successful as well as getting toward the end of the year. We didn't raise as much as the first one, but I think people had more fun. We had a surprise guest. Mark McGrath jumped in, and he didn't make the cut for the PPEF live concert series. Maybe better luck next time, Mark McGrath of Sugar Ray fame. But I think sorry.
I'm still a little sour that I didn't make it the first year. You know what I mean? And look, while I'm there, I just wanted to say, I know everybody loves the X buzzer where we all got buzzed out when we sent in our auditions, but I've since graduated. Now I tried to submit my audition, and I got the hell no button this time.
Listen, don't give up, buddy. We're going to do probably 2 more next year, and we're going to send out a link for.
And they have a lot more buttons, Jeff, so you can earn those.
Yeah. We might even.
I'm looking forward to it.
We'll have
the please stop button and
please stop.
Yeah. Stop sending these damn audition tapes in.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, I was just thinking. I think the very first time we had you on, I don't even think it was this year. I think it was 2 years ago, and we were talking about Mondays, and then it was moved to HPG, and then it was now PPEF stuff. So obviously, you've had a lot of stuff over the past couple of years since we've had you on, and it's amazing to see all the stuff, Nick Lateur.
That's nice. Thank you. But, we had this little pandemic that we went through. I think there are a lot of changes anyway. And I've been lucky enough to find a place at HPG that's doing things differently. You guys can appreciate this. We're growing in different ways and in the right ways. And we're more, end user focused, thinking like, what can we bring to market that's going to help our distributor partners sell better to these end users with whether it's tools or awesome products or different, new things to the promo industry. So I feel very lucky to be involved with that group. And of course, I'm a trustee at PPEF too. I was asked to do that, which is fantastic. That's a volunteer effort, but it's a lot of fun. And Meg, and Steven, like we do a lot for that, but education's important. So it's not about me. It's about our industry, really. Like if we're not doing things differently and continuing to progress and move forward, then you're in the wrong industry.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, in regards to HPG, I mean, you guys have some phenomenal blankets over there, man. Let me tell you. I think we saw a couple up on the stream last week.
Yeah, let me see. Oh man, look at those beautiful Wasatch blankets from Org Audio at HPG.
So amazing.
Oh, I thought we were just talking about the print.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Well, you can ruin
super beautiful.
Guys, you can ruin a promo product, just so you know. Like, it looks beautiful.
Jeff, you heard that?
I mean, it was good, and then all of a sudden it got really bad towards the end of the print on the right side there, and it's but it's fine. I mean,
your left or my right? I just want to make sure we're talking about the same picture.
Yeah, when you're looking at it, the
Oh,
right,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
You know which one.
Yeah, you know which one. But look at how beautiful that blanket is, man.
It's so beautiful.
Yep. Wrap myself in pictures of myself.
Mm-hmm.
I got sweaters. I got blankets.
Yeah, it's much more warm when your own face is on the blanket.
Always, it's like the little ratatouille. That's
Yeah,
little Remy. Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, Nick, I really appreciate you coming on with us again,
thanks.
especially during vacation, and thanks for the help getting my fine co-host here a super special gift for our Christmas episode. So
my pleasure. And one last thing, I'll see you in 2023, everybody.
Oh, we love it. See you.
Oh,
Yep.
Nice. Nick, are you going to be in Orlando and/or Vegas?
I will be I will be at both places. So
sweet.
If you guys are there, let's get together and give high fives and hugs.
We'll
Sounds
definitely
good.
do that.
Just don't bring
I'll
the
be in both as
Orlando
well.
crud to Vegas. Make sure that stays in Orlando.
Listen,
Sure.
I'm on like vacation, but I'm like locked away. Like I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm going to be spraying my face down. I might even be in a hazmat suit because I'm not doing it. So I'll be.
I'm sure Meg will bring her neti pot, and we can all just share a neti pot.
Mark my word, I will.
Fair enough. Well, Nick, thank you so much for coming on, man. Definitely appreciate having you, and go enjoy your vacation, sir. And we'll see you in 2023. Yep.
Happy
Take care,
New Year.
buddy.
Bye now.
Happy New Year. And last but not least, our good friend, Michael Reisbaum. How are you, sir?
I feel like I'm Jimmy plays at Woodstock. I feel like I'm closing the big show. It's amazing.
Yeah,
Hopefully
they
not
usually
Woodstock
say save the
99.
best for last, but
Well, I mean, you got to make do with what you got, kid. I mean, everyone knows this. At least you're ending in Jersey, which I think is like a rocking way to end the new year. You know it, Meg.
Yeah.
So first of all, I don't have any props. I just want to I got nothing.
That's okay.
And I can't believe that.
Have a few hats.
Don't call them props. I got told.
You know what?
In case you didn't hear.
I give Bill Petrie this. I give him this for the props. Get off your high horse, big shot, is my point.
So, Michael, what's going on? How was 2022? What are you looking forward to going into 2023?
So
let's hear it.
Jeff, 2022 was just a remarkable year for me.
Yeah.
Professionally, personally, and with my volunteer work as well. It was there was a lot going on. The biggest thing, and the reason why you guys had me on some months ago with Megan, thank you for that, was to talk about Promotions East, which turned out to be worth the enormous investment we made into it and kind of repositioned what an East Coast trade show would look like. And we were just overjoyed with the reception and the good vibes that came from it and the attendance. It was remarkable. So much of that is due to your partner, who is right up there for me.
No, it was a village.
So I was the chair of the Promotions East committee. Meg did 138% of the work along with Charity Gibson. It was just the ideas that they not only brought to us, some of them were bananas, but a lot of them we put into effect and were enormously successful.
And
so
the ones that were bananas, I'm going to get into
really proud. And we're looking forward to 23.
Yeah, Promotions East was awesome. Just super excited to see that show come back. It was my first major show back out there, so it was super pumped to be there. And I'm really looking forward to the changes. Well, I'm excited about the changes that were made, and I'm super excited about what you guys will take from that experience this year and turn into 2023. So very. Well,
I have voluntold Meg to be chair of the committee this year. So now that we got the dead weight out of the way, she's just going to be running the whole thing. It's only going to be great things ahead.
Oh, I'm so excited. I like being in charge. I like being the boss.
Essentially, you were last time. I was obviously just the eye candy, Jeff, as you know. That's my role.
I mean, if you know, you know.
Stay in your lane, kid. You got to stay in your lane.
Stay in.
Thanks for that guidance, Meg.
Y'all. So, and then you have some big SAGNY news you want to share with us too?
Yikes. So SAGNY was very fortunate over the last couple of years to be led by the incomparable and remarkably professional and impossibly hardworking Rachel Levin. So set your expectations a little bit more manageable for the incoming executive. I'm moving up to president of SAGNY. And essentially, I'm looking forward to a really bumpy ride.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Well, I mean, that guy, John Cudahy, is your executive director. He's going to make it as bumpy as he possibly can, I'm sure.
So he has already led off with some really exceptional ways to improve the association. And we're going to see how it goes. I've been at this so long, Jeff. I've been in SAGNY literally since I was 55, which was about 30 years ago. No, I've actually been in SAGNY for about 15 years, involved on the board, and I'm excited to get to this point in my tenure with SAGNY that I get to accept this responsibility and hopefully lead SAGNY on its path that Rachel set so highly to recover from the pandemic and be an inspirational regional association that kind of sets the bar high. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So tell us about Orlando and Vegas. Are you going to be there? And is John going to be at either for SAGNY?
So John is not going to be in Orlando or Las Vegas. I wish he was. It didn't work out this year. I will certainly be there. I have already had a kind of sit down with my liver to tell it just to like toughen up, and it is what it is, and you got to do your job and I do my job. So we're going to see how that goes. But I am looking forward to building connections through all the other regionals. I think it's so important. It's especially in this time where like the whole industry is changing, as so much of the world is changing, that regional associations really need to kind of work hand in hand and share best practices and be partners with each other in order to make sure that we stay relevant, stay profitable, and help our constituents get better results in their businesses. And I think we can do it if we all work together. That's going to be a big part of what I'm trying to bring to SAGNY and to the regional association community.
Love it.
Plus
Yep.
eye candy. Plus eye candy.
I can't.
Plus, but not the bar, right? Like you mean you physically. Is that right?
I mean, whatever. Like, let's not judge.
Well, congratulations on everything, Michael.
Yeah.
You've done a wonderful job. Thank you for having me be part of the ride this year.
It's amazing.
It was great.
And my career change.
Yeah, I was just going to mention that. Yeah.
You know, complete self-promotion. Yeah, I joined Delegate CX, which is just a remarkable, innovative, talk about an inspirational company. It's amazing to see the benefit that Delegate CX and our associates provide to all of my friends, not only distributors, which is the majority of whom we're working with offshore administrative assistant, but suppliers too. And it really affects and impacts my friends and my clients' work lives and their home lives, because they get their bandwidth back by us helping them find an associate or assistant to help them do kind of that task-driven, time-sucking things that need to happen in order for orders to be successful.
Steven talks about it all the time, literally.
Yeah,
we've
got two of them. Yeah.
So
Michael, I was going to say the last time we
worked, right? If it didn't work, you wouldn't have two. You'd have one and just complain about me.
Yeah,
but picked up another one, so obviously it works.
It's working. Yep, we love it. Great service to the industry.
I was going to say the last time we had you on, Michael, and we discussed the numbers at Delegate CX, I think Steven got you guys over like 900 different, what do you call them? Positions or associates. I didn't know if you meant them like as a position, or like if there was a different word you might use for it, but
they could be any number of different positions, Jeff. So yeah,
very cool.
Associates, yeah, and they're real people who work really hard and want to do a good job for you and your company. And yeah, we are almost at 1,100 since
200 just in the last couple months.
Not too long ago.
Yeah,
very cool.
Congratulations on all of it, then.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Kudos to the founder Craig Dunlop and my incredible boss Rory Young for just creating this remarkable company that I'm so proud to be a part of.
Very cool. Well, Meg, Steven, since Michael's our last guest, do you guys have anything else to add or ask before we jump off of this 200th episode of the Industry Insider?
The only thing
congratulations to all three. Amazing.
Thank you.
The only thing I would add is, and I don't think a lot of people know, when we first started, obviously a lot of these were pre-recorded. It was audio only. We transitioned to video, and I don't even know how many different number of guests we have had over the past, 130 of the 200 episodes, it feels like. But we couldn't have done it without all the guests that we've had on. So folks like you, Michael, all of our guests today, and all those that we'll continue to have on next year, definitely make it special, and we certainly appreciate that.
Speaking on behalf of almost every guest, I'm sure it's an honor and a privilege to be part of this, and to be able to have this platform where we're able to say what we want in such an informal way and connect with all your viewers. And Jeff, thank you very much for almost being at that position of number of relevance of guests that I wanted to be. So thank you for putting me in the top 200. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries at all.
Very kind.
No worries at all. Look, you're number one in my heart, Michael. Number one in my heart.
You know that brings me joy.
Absolutely. All right. Well, guys, if you got nothing else to add or ask, we'll just go straight into our ad read. So look, again, this awesome 200th episode was brought to you by our good friends over at Promo Corner, where this broadcast is brought to you from. Look, they provide digital marketing solutions for suppliers and distributors. Their services include email broadcasting, banner ads, sponsorship opportunities, content, and more content, blogs, vlogs, and podcasts, video services, and Promo Show, which is a platform for for private virtual events. If you're in Las Vegas, stop by booth 2333 and say hello, or you can contact sales at promocorner.com to learn more about their services. Definitely really appreciate all of our guests for coming on, not only this year, but also on this podcast, on this episode. And just want to say thank you guys. And Meg, Stephen, hopefully we've got another 200 left in us.
I hope so.
Hope so.
All right, you guys, until next time, take care.
Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Promo Corner's Industry Insider. For more great content from industry thought leaders, including podcasts, blogs, and videos, visit promocorner.com.